Epic Bitcoin squeeze incoming. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you are brand new, smash that subscribe button for me, turn on post notifications, and most importantly, smash that like button. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything. But with that being said, Bitcoin squeeze is incoming. I do believe we could be seeing Bitcoin at $54,000 to $57,000. We're going to go ahead and be looking at the charts today. Welcome to all those that are brand new to the channel. So we did talk about some sort of squeeze on yesterday's video, but looking at how the market has actually been turning in, it looks super bullish in my opinion, right? It looks like a lot of people are actually quite bearish. I did mention I'm actually more leaning towards the bullish, temporarily bullish, and I do believe some sort of short squeeze could either be entering at these ranges of $44,000 or even as high as $54,000 to $57,000, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is due to two key indicators that I'm looking at right now. One of them being the DXY and the second one being the US 100. DXY currently retracing and the US 100 making higher highs. So with that being said, you definitely do not want to go ahead and miss this video. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're looking at. The reason why I'm bullish and I believe some sort of short squeeze is coming. We are seeing finally the DXY after literally falling down from these levels back of October. And this is actually during the time that I was really bullish in Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was around 20 something thousand dollars. Everybody was super bearish and their mom, calling about Bitcoin going to $8,000. I was laughing at everybody. I was telling everybody in my chat, start loading up in the zone, because this is where the real money starts to come in as soon as the DXY starts to go ahead and fall down. And that's actually what we did. We took advantage of the market. We talked about short squeezes coming into Bitcoin at around this range when the DXY was hovering around. That's exactly what it's done, right? Well, unfortunately, the DXY has now finally done that reversal that we've all been waiting for. That's why we've been seeing red in the market. And the reason why I was extremely bearish with the Bitcoin ETF, I was telling everybody, buy the rumor, sell the news. Do not be bullish on the ETF. The opposite is going to happen. That's exactly what has been going on, right? So I also called that top on Bitcoin, and I'm sure a lot of you probably did as well, that there was going to be some sort of major sell the news event, right? And that's exactly what happened. But right now, the reason why I'm bullish, the DXY, as I mentioned in the last video, I do believe the DXY is probably going to come back to these levels at around 102,710, or it could slightly go down even back over here at the 102, right? If that was to happen, if that was the case, I do believe there is some sort of strong support right here. There could be some sort of red day on the dollar weakening for the next couple days coming in early Monday. And that is one of the reasons why I'm bullish. That is short-term bullishness on Bitcoin. I do believe we will go ahead and be followed with a correction if this is not the correction we've gone through yet. But looking at a second indicator for me is the US 100. I did mention. So to me, all these signs indicate that there's some sort of short squeeze to happen. Obviously, this is solely my opinion. None of this is financial advice, but if you do want to go ahead and support the channel, make sure to go ahead and use my links down below. BingX currently offering $5,000 in sign-up bonuses, MEXC as well, $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, non-KYC. Both of these platforms are non-KYC. You also have Bybit, and for all those asking for a VPN, you do have NordVPN offering 69% off with 3 months extra. Go ahead and make sure to use the links down below. But we're going to continue to make higher highs, and this is the reason why I was bullish on Bitcoin back on the 16th, right, of January. And this is the reason why, because of the US 100 actually making higher highs. The US 100 has now finally broke past that area of resistance, and I do believe the US 100 will also find a top, right? So the top is near. I don't think this is the top yet, and this also goes with Bitcoin, right? I also wanted to go ahead and showcase all of you this article right here that one of my favorite investors, or if you want to go ahead and call them, that I watch on YouTube, he mentioned, as we all knew this was coming, S&P 500 jumps into all-time high, surpassing previous record set 2 years ago. So for all those that are not aware, the reason why the S&P, the US 100, the DXY is very important, because a lot of these, unfortunately, Bitcoin is very correlated with the US stock market for whatever dumb reason, right? And I think that kind of defeats the purpose of a hedge against inflation, but that's a whole another topic that we could go ahead and talk about. But with that being said, I've been telling a lot of you, massive volatility will be coming in the year of 2024, 2025. For all those that are not aware, US elections is this year, so there's going to be a lot of talks back and forth, wars, as we also see coming in, which is shouldn't be to no surprise to all of you that follow the channel, right? We've been talking about wars are usually quite bullish on the market, and that's actually the reason why we've been seeing the US 100 and all these other markets in the US markets, like the dollar, you know, stock market, doing pretty well. And I do expect Bitcoin to follow something very similar, right? I've been the biggest bear with Bitcoin these last couple of days leading to the ETF. Now I'm actually quite the opposite, right? I'm short-term bullish, and I do believe that there will be some sort of short squeeze because a lot of people are thinking that this is the top for Bitcoin, but in my opinion, I don't think so. I think a lot of people will be caught by surprise. We are still at this nice little area of around the $40,000 zone. I did mention we've been consolidating in around the zone for the last couple days, maybe a little bit over 30 to 40 days, 43 days. So if we were to go ahead and lose the support, it will look super bearish for Bitcoin. I'm not going to go ahead and lie to you. I think maybe if we could go ahead and approach that area at the 32,000, or which is my price target from this top to this bottom, that would take us to that 30% drop that we usually see in a market on Bitcoin before we see a massive pump to the upside. We've seen that since over here back in 2020. We usually follow with new all-time highs, we retrace with a 30% retracement, and we pump all the way high, and then we do a 30% retracement, right? So Bitcoin hasn't really dumped that much. The most we've seen Bitcoin dumped since October that I've been super bullish on Bitcoin, probably the biggest drop we've seen has been like about a 17% drop, right? So this is nothing. I do believe some sort of short squeeze will be coming, and we'll be catching all the freaking shorts by surprise, causing the price action to go up higher, retail buying into the hype, and then retail, as always, left holding the bag, right? So there's also this other article that I just saw on CoinDesk: bullish Bitcoin bets rise as implied volatility slides. Some traders bought Bitcoin calls at strikes $45,000 and $46,000 during Thursday's U.S. trading hours, according to over-the-counter institutional cryptocurrencies trading network. So what this indicates to me is that there's a lot of people feeling very, very bullish. Typically, when you go ahead and see people go long, you know, on a weekend, it definitely makes you wonder and lets you know that there is people that are willing to go ahead and take on that risk, right? We're also seeing fear and greed currently run out to neutral levels, which we've been waiting for the freaking longest. Very, very careful with this market. I do expect a lot of volatility in the market, and as Bitcoin does follow through these areas, whether it's at the 48, the 44, or the $54,000 area, we are going to be followed then with a correction. So don't be overly bullish, and don't be caught by surprise if you do see this kind of movement to the upside. With that being said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch all of you on to the next one. Take care.